people, welcome to my channel. This is your girl Niecey if you're new here, and if you're already a subscriber, welcome back. I really appreciate you guys. So in today's video, I'm gonna basically tell you what I basically do at work, working at an assisted living. So please guys, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. It really it really helped me out in many ways. I swear, I don't know how to talk. Trying to talk proper English is too much for me. But when I speak patois, it's fine. But when I speak proper English, my words is all over the place. So just bear with me, okay? So basically, when I go to work, say I work full time. So I work 3 days, 7 to 3, and 1 day 3 to 11. So I work 4 days a week, every other weekend off. So basically, when I get to work, typically my 7 to 3 shift, you get report from the other nurse. Let's go before. When you go in, you know, you clock in, you do your temperature check, you wash your hands, all of that. You're done with that. So I go see my nurse, I go get my report to see what's going on with my patient or anything new going on. So basically with assistant living is 2 buildings. You have the AL, which is assistant living, and you got the memory care patient that's in a specific building where it have code to get in, code to get out. Because if you try to push on the door, the siren gotta go off, and it did happen to me because I totally forgot. I thought you just push the door and get out, and it went off, and it was a lot of noise in the place. Got me all scared. I be looking around, see what's going on. But yeah, so basically I'm in charge. For 2 buildings, you're the nurse there. You're it. There's no one else. Sometime the director of nursing is there, but sometimes she's not there. But she's only a phone call away, so you could call if you do need assistance with certain things. So let's go back to where I took my report from my nurse, the overnight nurse. Then we go count narcotics. After I count narcotics, she give me over the key for the narcotics. The key is the same key for the office. A lot of key on the bunch. Master keys. For instance, if a resident get locked in their room, I have a key to go pull the door. And I have a walkie-talkie where I could communicate with my other CNAs to tell them what to do, to tell them to come here, blah, 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 need help, or if they need me, they will shout me on the radio. So then normally we have a board with a bunch of people that I really need to see, especially people with colostomy bag, catheter, Aki check, people who fall, people who return from the hospital, who's on antibiotic, who's on isolation. Yeah, those people are on the board that they are important for you to see. Because in assistant living, you don't basically see everyone in there. You only see certain people, because assistant living, they don't really need you, but they have to have a nurse there just in case of emergency, or if the CNA see something is really going on with, I said patient, what they call them, resident. If something going on with the resident, is up to me if I need to, what is my next intervention to do. So basically when I take my report, get my key and all of that, I go look on the computer just in case if the nurse forget to tell me something that's important. So I look at their last notes. I always try to go to the notes into the morning. So I try to read those notes fast and see what's going on. Did I miss anything? Then I get a little paper, fold it in half, and I write all the people that I really have to see. And then now, when I get that paper, I fold my paper. I make sure I have all my things that I need. Gloves, Sharpie, pen, every little thing. And sanitizer. I got every little thing that I need. Then I start walking from floor to floor, checking on who I gotta check in, and just observing the place. If I hear any weird sound, I go attend to the person, and I check. It's 3 floor, and I check everyone, make sure they're okay. After that, when I check on everyone, if I don't check on the first building, depends how busy it is. If I don't check on the first building, cause we have to count over memory care. That's where most of the narcotics is. Not most, but some of them is over there. So I count there, and I will make round, check on everyone, make sure I got all my workers there, my CNAs, my med tech to pass the meds, because in memory care, the nurse don't really pass the meds, but if there's no med tech, I have to pass the meds. So after I check on everyone, I will come down. If I have time, I would chart. When I go in the system, I go on pass meds, nurse only. You will see new stuff pop up. People need injection. You have check to do. What else? Breathing treatment. And it's basically this. Some day is smooth sailing. You don't have much to do, but when people fall, that's where the thing come in. You gotta print like an emergency package to go with the ambulance. You gotta call family, you gotta call doctor. And I be around a lot of doctors, so the doctor them come in on days they visit. They will ask me, how is this patient doing? Sometimes I don't really remember them because I'm new there, but if I see the name, I try to think and picture the face, and the doctor will tell you to monitor this patient, watch them. Anything wrong going on, I let them know. So it's a lot of different doctor coming. Primary physician, dermatologist, urinologist. I can't even name all of them, but it's a lot of them. And I'm basically side doctor. They will tell me, they will write prescription. I have to send it off to the pharmacy. Or if when a patient returned from the hospital, like they went out to the hospital, they come back, I have to call the doctor, let them know. I got to just fax over the, the discharge paper to the doctor. Basically, if there's any update going on with the patient, you call the family. If they get a skin care, you call. And you gotta know if your patient is DNR, on hospice. You gotta know all of that so you don't make no mistake and call the wrong, like what happened to me, and call the wrong people. Not say the wrong people, but in the space of panic, I think of calling 911, and I see anything wrong with my patient. But some of them are on hospice. You don't need to call 911. You just gotta call hospice for them. And I do like if I call the doctor, and if, for instance, somebody have a cough or somebody have diarrhea, you want to make sure you do your vital sign first before you call the doctor. Do your assessment, assist the patient first, and you will get telephone order. You gotta write your telephone order. But what I do when I do my telephone order, so I don't make mistake on, mess up look nice look of paper, I just write it on a piece of paper, and then I transfer it over to the physician order paper, and I repeat it to them, and I let them repeat it to me again, and I repeat it one more time just to say, okay, this is the order, we got it right. And then you gotta fax it to the doctor back so he could sign it, and they will fax it back to you, and you put it in the patient chart. So yeah, that's basically what I do. Yeah. And if they need me and tell you the honest truth. Working in an assisted living, you're the only nurse. You'll be sitting on a toilet. You hear nurse, nurse on the local walker thing. You've been eating your lunch, nurse. So it's not like you have a piece of quiet when you're working in an assisted living. You're it there, and it's your judgment. Your judgment counts. So you better be, I don't even know how to put this, but if you see something wrong, because I did have a client, a normal door I could check her, do a breathing treatment, but I did forgot to check her pulse. And I said, let me go back to my things to get my pulse. When I check her pulse, I was like, what? The lady heart rate is racing. It's racing. It was like a 124. And I said, oh, what I'm gonna do? Rush, run, go back, go get my blood sugar. I go check her blood pressure. I'm like, this blood pressure is low. Her blood pressure is dropping. Her heart rate is racing out. I'm the only person there. I'm the only nurse. I don't have no one to talk to. It's just me. I'm like, oh, 911. Call 911. 911 come. I have other person on the floor, 2 other people on the floor, and it's just 911 back and forth. And they was like, what the problem that I have? And I was like, this patient have a high heart rate. I'm like, somebody's on the floor. The paramedic was like, okay, the person on the floor ain't that severe, but the person who have a high heart rate, low blood pressure, we need to take care of that person. They take her out. So those are the things with assisted living. It's just you. It's your nurse judgment on everything. So, but other from that, when it's not hectic, you get nice days. You know, patient them have their little bingo game. They have their little bingo game, and they have musician come in. You get to watch the resident and be happy and all of that. And if the resident really needs you again, they will call you. So that's basically it. I hope I didn't left out anything. So if you guys work at an assisted living, let me know down in the comment, what do you guys do at work? I would really love to know what different assisted living got nurses doing. So bye for now, and I'll see you in my next video.